Yes, people, it's TWG, the Gym Gooner, and I'm joined by Jay, the host of Blue Wave and part of the Never a Foul team. Jay, how are you, my man?
I'm good, my brother, man. It's a pleasure to come on. I'm looking forward to the episode, a little bit of banter and that before the game on Sunday. So, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, man, that's right. There's a whole lot for you to banter me about, not too much going in your direction. But listen, let me just check you're an actual Chelsea supporter because there seems to be a common belief from supporters of Arsenal, United, and Liverpool that Chelsea fans really only existed from the Mourinho era. So, can you tell me five of your favorite all-time favorite Chelsea players? Only one can be post Mourinho.
All right, cool. Ruud Gullit, Gianluca Zola, Vialli, Dennis Wise. And then if I'm allowed to add Mourinho one in, well, we weren't even under Mourinho anyway, to be fair, only till the second time, Hazard. But I could go back and name more for you as well. It's not a thing. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
Jeez.
Just left when Mourinho come in. We got bare legends, man. Trust me. Even go back to Desai, Frank Leboeuf, Ed de Gois. You know what I mean? Ferrer. Bruv,
that's calm. Jay, I believe you.
I could go on, bro. Trust me.
I believe you. Nah, I gotta put that one out there because you get even City fans these days, not mentioning any names, but you get City fans these days obviously saying, "Oh, we got legends as well, bro. Allow it." Aguero, Silva,
man like Richard Dunn and them man there, like
Paul Dickov,
Benjani and that. Jesus.
Oof. Quick question for you.
Go on, bro.
Chelsea versus Arsenal, Arsenal versus Chelsea has always been quite a big rivalry. Within that rivalry, who would you say has been the biggest wasteman?
Ooh. What do you mean in terms of what, like player or manager or what?
Just however you want to answer that question, bro. You tell me what your answer is and why.
Ooh. You know what, bruv? Yeah, am I like? You know what? It's on your show, yeah. So I don't want to be. You get me, bruv? Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, bruv. I don't like. I rate what they do and that, but Troops and them, man, bruv. Yeah, them man, they hate Chelsea, bruv. They hate us. They always chat a load of shit when we sign players, and it always backfires. They end up getting the load of content online, you know, little 1 minute, 2 minutes of like interviews that happen at the beginning of the season. They always get smoke. Because other than that, to be fair, like with your players, I used to actually really like some of your players back in the day, like Thierry Henry's and all that. I didn't mind Wenger, and then I disliked him with the whole Jose Mourinho and Wenger shit. So you could throw Wenger in there as well with his long coat, getting slapped 6-0 on his anniversary and that. Throw that in there. But to be fair, I have more hate towards your fans, bruv. That is what makes me hate Arsenal. Away from you, innit? You get me? Because you're cool.
My guy. Nah. For me, the biggest wasteman in this rivalry has to be none other than William Gallas.
Okay, great show.
Absolute slag of London.
Proper slag.
Bro, how's he played?
Yeah. You know what? That's a great shout. Great shout.
But yeah, I need to get it off my chest because I just thought, is it just Arsenal fans that feel that way? Clearly not, man. You're the exact same. Look, let's talk present day Chelsea, champions of Europe. It hurts me right there to say that.
I know, because you've never got to say it, innit?
Listen, will you win it again? Are you going to win it again this season?
You know what? I'd love to, man. I do think we will in the next few years. I reckon we got a good chance this season, especially getting Lukaku in. If we can get Tuchel and Koundé as well on top of that, then we're laughing with the squad that we've got.
That's what my next question was. Are you happy with Chelsea's summer signings, summer business?
Yeah, you know what, bro? I wouldn't mind if we can get another player in, but if it just ended with Lukaku, I'll be over the moon because that was the position that we needed to strengthen in, and we got one of our top targets, and he's an absolute beast of a scorer, and he loves the club. And to be fair, I wanted Haaland, but now Lukaku is here. I'm glad we signed him over him. Because even in his interviews, he's saying he wants to stay at Chelsea now till the end of his career. You can see what it means to him to be back. So yeah, I'm happy with it.
Does it not mean anything that he played for United? Or
nah? You know what? To be honest, like we didn't put enough in to sign him. He wanted to come to us, but obviously at the time he was under Raiola as well, which didn't help. He's obviously left him now, and he's under Rock Nation with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
But he weren't the same player. You can look at the physique of him now, and then at Inter Milan as well. He had a lot of problems as well. So where he's at United, so that stuff don't really bother me. It's not like he come out and try. You see, like when Mourinho went to Tottenham and he went to Man U, I still love him, but at the same time, there's that bitter taste because he started saying stuff about the fans, or Man United got the best fans, where Lukaku didn't really talk too much.
That's true, actually. Yeah. Do you know, for you mentioned Koundé and you mentioned another player. Who are those two players, and are they the only two that you want coming in? Do you think you need more coming in?
Well, Koundé's obviously Seville in Spain. He's like a centre-back, can play on the right side as well. He's quite versatile, can play in midfield. He's probably one of the best centre-backs in the league last season. Got mad potential. I think more time we want to sign him because next season, Rudiger, Christensen are yet to sign a contract. Thiago Silva has be the same, but also they're getting on a bit. So Koundé is there for the future, and that's what we're doing at the moment, kind of building for the future. And he's a top talent. But only thing is, they want a lot of money for him. Tuchel, another midfielder, he can do pretty much anything. Do you know, he would be the perfect replacement for Kante in the long run, and he's at Monaco. So again, if we couldn't get him, I'd like Declan Rice, but Declan Rice won't happen until next summer. So apparently we've entered fresh talks today with Tuchel. So we'll see what happens. But other than them three names I mentioned, there's not really anyone else on my radar.
One of the outgoings, which obviously was a bit of a shock to the system for Arsenal fans, based on obviously reports that were going around, was Tammy Abraham. What would have been your reaction had Tammy Abraham signed for Arsenal?
You know what, bro? I'm going to be blunt with it. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't have cared because I don't see you as a threat, and I'm not trying to but I don't see you as a threat, and I don't see Tammy going to you and putting you straight onto challenge us in the Premier League. Do you get me? And at the same time, he does support Arsenal. He's an Arsenal boy. But yeah, I would have rather that he went to Roma like he's ended up doing. I'm not going to lie. I would be lying if I said, I would have rather him gone Arsenal, because I wouldn't. I'd rather him be in Italy. I think that's a better move for him personally. But if he'd have gone there and he'd done well with you lot, I wouldn't have hated him. I'd have respected it, and I would have been happy for him that he's gone and done well, because he's a player that I really like.
Yeah, I mean, my 10 pence on Tammy Abraham. I would have been happy had he come to Arsenal. Now, obviously, a lot of people misconstrue what you say on Twitter because they're just reading it. They can't hear the tone of voice and so forth. My thing was, he's young. He's 23 years old. He's English. He's got bags of speed. And if anything that we lack right now, especially in our whole attack, is speed. We've got players who can pass the ball forward at speed, but we've got no one who's going to get on the end of it. We've got Aubameyang, who is really not himself. Obviously, he's had a hard time with family issues, malaria, and so forth. And then the actual form itself dropping. Football is a confidence game. And then you got Lacazette, who's never had speed in his life, and if anything, he's only going to get slower. He's only got slower. So Tammy coming in, it would have been something completely different, where we're able to play a different type of football.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be honest. I was a bit upset that we didn't get him, especially based on the fact that if you look at the market, especially for strikers, you're looking at major money if you're going to get any kind of striker now.
True. 35 million, bro. That's a good deal, and he's fresh. He'd have come in the ball something different to your team. He's an all-round good person, and they're the type of players you need in your squad as well.
Exactly, and it would have gone in with the rest of the squad that's coming up. We've got ESR, Saka, Martinelli, Balogun. It's all sort of young, fresh, and I think Tammy Abraham would have really come into his own and been able to develop alongside them. Had he obviously joined Arsenal, but I wish him well. Obviously, at Roma, just don't wish Mourinho too well. To be honest.
That's what I was expecting your name to be earlier on before you said Gallas. I'm not going to lie, because I know Arsenal hate Mourinho.
Oh, it was up there. It was definitely up there. But I just felt like, do you know what it was? I was watching Sky Sports the other day, and I just remembered back when Gallas was captain of Arsenal, and he had that little crybaby moment when we lost
on the halfway line and that.
Long. What's the What's your feelings about the return of Rom?
I'm absolutely buzzing, mate. I think he'll hit the ground running. I already seen like in the training sessions and that he's a proper leader. You can tell with the way he's talking to the boys and when he's training, he's telling them what to do. He's matured so much and come into his own, and I feel like now he's got something to prove, especially with that little stint at United. Where, to be fair, he still scored a good number of goals. He just wasn't used correctly, and he obviously wasn't in the best physical shape either, which obviously went to do with, I think there was something with like his digestive system or something. I don't know it fully, but something was wrong with him at the time, which no one knew about. But listen, he's got like, I think it's 113 goals in the Premier League with Man United, Everton, West Brom. He's a goal scorer. He's top 5 strikers in the world for me. He's exactly what we need. And if you look at our attackers, they're only going to thrive playing next to him, the likes of Havertz. I think Werner is going to be the one that really, really benefits having a number 9 like Lukaku.
Do you know there was a clip that went out on social media about Timo Werner and someone, was it a training session or something, and someone in the crowd on a big microphone saying Timo Werner needs to leave. What's your thoughts on that, man?
I was fuming. If I was there, I'd have dragged him out myself. A girl as well, bigger up as well. She literally chased him out of the stadium and he got into a cab. He didn't even have the bottle to get the tube home or anything. I just don't understand that. You're not a proper fan when you're doing things like that. I can understand that having criticism and being a bit frustrated that he ain't scored goals, but the geezer is a proper nice bloke. He works so hard and he does a lot on the pitch apart from score that goal, which he was a demon at Leipzig. So for me, I've got no time for that. And thankfully, he got loads of support on Twitter yesterday. They started singing his name at the session. He put a tweet out saying thanks for it, thanks for the support and all that. And hopefully, I'd love nothing more to him to score against you on Sunday. I would. I'd absolutely.
Let's not go too far. Let's not go too far. But big up, big up the lady in the video who obviously calls out the guy who was on the microphone. It's very similar to what's happened on the Arsenal side of things, with obviously this news about Aaron Ramsdale's deal near enough complete. I just think it's a disgrace. It's an embarrassment. A club like Arsenal have never been known to carry themselves in that way. I think it's an absolute, like I said, it's a disgrace that a player who's about to sign, he's not even kicked the ball, he's not even wore the shirt yet, and you're hurling abuse at him. I mean, what's that going to do for his confidence when he does put the shirt on? Is he going to want to play to his full potential? Is he going to want to play for the fans? You know, that's what we want as fans. We want the players to play for us because we're the ones watching, we're the ones paying money. If you're not going to, do you know what I mean? If you're not going to support him, why would he do that? He's still going to get a paycheck at the end of it.
He had to limit his comments and that, didn't he, as well?
Oh, it's just disgusting.
And I'm pretty certain he's an Arsenal boy as well, isn't he? I'm pretty certain I read something about he supported Arsenal as a kid or something like that.
Maybe. But I just feel like, obviously, at that point, this is where the social media platforms have got to get involved and do so much more than they actually are doing at the moment.
Yeah, it annoys me.
Whether it's a player for whatever reason, whether it's skin color, whether it's
ID. It should be ID'd, and if you get your account taken down, that's it. You can't do one. See how they can keep creating different accounts and all that. Just don't get how they don't do anything about it. It's ridiculous stuff that happens, and no player warrants any abuse, man. They're humans at the end of the day.
Exactly. Touching back onto football then. Sunday, obviously, normally I'd like to say Arsenal, Chelsea, big game. What's your thoughts? I'm going to be honest, man. I'll just say my piece real quick. Without, obviously, Lacazette and Aubameyang playing, it's going to be a very, very tough game for us. Our defence against Brentford was very shaky. You've got Lukaku coming in for his debut back in the Premier League. Like you said, he's got a point to prove. The midfield as well, it's a makeshift midfield at the moment. You've obviously got Jorginho fresh off that Euros win. Kante coming back. I'm going to be honest. It just looks like a long day at the office for Arsenal at the moment. What's your thoughts going into it?
Yeah, to be fair, I've been confident the last few times we played, and it's gone pear-shaped. We haven't beat you in 4 games. The last time we actually did beat you was on a Sunday, and it was at the Emirates. I think it was 2-1.
Tammy Abraham scored, didn't he?
Yeah, Tammy, exactly. Yeah, big up Tammy. But the difference is we've got a number 9, and Ben White, Mari, Chambers, they're going to be in it for a long, long night because they couldn't even deal with Tony last Friday. And I rate him as well, but Lukaku is a different animal. So I'm fairly confident. But again, it's Arsenal and you've been our bogey side of late. I get confident and then you turn into like Barcelona and get a result against us. So I'm not going to say too much, but yeah, I do expect us to win on Sunday.
Yeah, man. Let's hope it's repeat of that. Obviously, Chelsea fans don't give us any kind of chance, and then we actually take our chance. And it's normally a Chelsea game that springs on that confidence into the next few games. That's what happened around Christmas time when we were everyone was saying, "Nah, Chelsea going to batter you," and obviously Saka and Smith Rowe came into their own there. Tuchel, talk to me about Tuchel. Where do you rank him? If you were going to rank the managers within the league, where would you rank Tuchel?
Right now? Right now, I'd have him top 2 with Pep Guardiola. Personally, I would, but I do feel like obviously Klopp has done his thing in the past. He's won the Premier League, won the Champions League, but then I don't know. Like I think they're close, but I still would prefer Tuchel myself. I think he's just an all-round better manager, better tactically. He's a better person as well. I don't know how you feel about him, but a lot of rivals actually really like him. Like he's actually a nice bloke. And for once, we've got a manager that actually really gets on and gets our board, which for me is a massive, massive plus, which he didn't have at Dortmund and at Paris Saint-Germain. But yeah, I absolutely love the geezer. I really do, man. Every time I watch his press conferences, he just says the right things. And we backed him getting Lukaku. He won us the Champions League when no one would have expected that last season, the way he was under Lampard. So, yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing with him, man. And I love him to bits. Like, he's a proper geezer. I like him a lot.
So you think he's number 2 in the league or number 1?
You know what? Yeah, right now on form, I put him number 1 because he beat Pep Guardiola for the last 3 times. And Pep Guardiola don't look like he's recovered from them losses. So right now on form, I put him number 1. But obviously, in general, Guardiola's won a lot more than him and he's up there, the best of them. But I do feel that Tuchel can get to that stage later in his career.
There you go, people. Jay thinks Tuchel is number 1 manager in the Premier League. If you agree or disagree, tell us who you think is number 1 in the comments below. Bro, what's your thoughts on Arteta?
Oh, awful. I don't get it. I don't get it with him, to be honest. Like, you see with us with Lampard, he was like our greatest ever player, big legend. Arteta's probably more of a legend at Everton than he was at Arsenal. So I don't get why he gets backed so much, because it's not like he's a Thierry Henry, Bergkamp's, Keown's, all these mans, because he's not. Like, yeah, he was a good player for you lot and Everton, but would you class him as a legend? I don't think you would, yeah?
Nah, he's not an Arsenal legend.
He's not. And I think a lot of the hope at the beginning of his tenure at Arsenal was that obviously, he worked under Pep. Pep thinks he's this and that. Look, there's a lot of managers that worked under Sir Alex Ferguson and went on to have absolutely shocking managerial careers. Do you know what I mean? It don't always.
Steve McLaren was one of them, wasn't
he? Yeah, I think there's few. If we went through it, I think there's maybe 1 or 2 that done all right, but the majority of them haven't had great managerial careers. So look at Gary Neville's and people like that as well. Do you know what I mean? Awful. But I don't get why he's still in charge. And I do feel like we kind of sold you a dream. Is when you beat us in the FA Cup final. And that kind of, everyone was like, oh yeah, we won the FA Cup, contract, whatever.
Yeah.
Because realistically, in the league, he was poor that season. But that painted over the cracks when you beat us in the FA Cup final. And then, the next season, you finished, what was it, 8th last year? You was lucky.
Yeah, two seasons in a row, man, at 8th.
That's a team like Arsenal, that is shocking. And there's no improvement. And I can only see it go from worse. He don't look like he has a clue tactically. I don't know, man. I just don't think he's the man for you. But at the same time, it goes all the way down to your owners as well, man. Because I think your owners don't really care about the club. But at the same time, they spent the most money in the Premier League this season.
Yeah.
And look at the transfers. They remind me of a couple of seasons we had where you just bought absolute deadwood and spent a load of money. You're not buying
people like that.
Yeah.
Mutu Mutu is a decent striker, though, I have to be fair.
Mishi Bash, Danny Drinkwaters. You know what I mean? Zabakostas, players like this, man. Just
what's the who's that guy you got from Reading? Sidwell.
Steve Sidwell, I even met him once and all. I met him. He had a number 9 shirt, bro. Number 9, like
that's embarrassing.
You know what I mean?
That's embarrassing. That's about as embarrassing as Lacazette wearing the number 9. You know, I'm gonna be honest.
And you know what as well? Another one, right? Considering it's Chelsea and Arsenal, yeah. You love to buy our old players, bro. What is that, Willian? You give him what, a 2-3 year deal, paying him how much, and you really think he cares? Like the only one I thought done decent was David Luiz, and I'm surprised you let him go because he's still experienced, and I do feel like, yeah, he has the odd mistake in him. Everyone knows that, but at the same time, are the players you got right now in your squad better than David Luiz? I don't think they are.
There's definitely, definitely debatable whether that's true or not, bro. Sunday, how do you see it playing out, and what's your score prediction?
Ooh. I do think we'll be too much for you, especially in the final third. I also feel that without Lacazette and Aubameyang, the way our defence is at the moment, we look really solid. I think it'll be hard for you to get in behind. And I see 2-0 Chelsea, 2 goals. I'd love Rom to score both goals, but I'm going to go have Lukaku and Werner to score 2-0.
Wow, Werner, you know, if Werner scores, I'm not going to lie, I might have to switch it off. That said, I'm going to go with... I'm going to go 1-0 to the Arsenal.
I love that. You know what? I respect the positiveness. That's what bro, I'd be the same, you know. Even if I was down there, I'd never ever go on and say, "Oh, we're going to lose," like, because you might as well not support your club, innit? You got to have some sort of belief and hope, innit? You?
That's right. That's right, guys. Jay's Twitter handle is on screen. Go check his stuff out. Go check out Never a Foul and go check out the Blue Wave. Jay, like I said, it's been a pleasure. Guys, stay strong.